the final game of round 11. Adelaide versus Brisbane. Hopefully we can finish the round off nice. I would have said that this was halfway through the season, but it's actually not. It's actually not, because every team plays 23 games, not 11. So it is game 99 on the season, though. Game 99 on the season. Okay, come on, let's keep it moving. Because we are not halfway through, because I think there would be 216 games in the season overall, because each team has to play 23, and then the 9 games in finals would make up, I believe, 216. So we're almost there. We just need another round through it, but we'll get through it. I think after this game is done, we actually start to enter into the bye rounds, which is interesting, which will be an interesting time. Hopefully it's a good time. Hopefully that'll all be a good time. Hopefully this game will be a good time. It is Adelaide who get player 1 privilege in this game. They won that little coin toss for themselves. Okay, get that kick in there. It's going to be Mr. Keys. So Adelaide's starting it off for us. Nope, it's going to be a throw in. For the last game of the round, it is interesting that it is a night game. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I kind of like it. I wasn't, I guess I didn't really have any expectations, because, I mean, the way I'd be playing games, we're moving all around. Like, I just came from, okay, there's a nice little goal for Adelaide. I just came from Marvel's Avengers, so yeah, we just come in, we're trying to have a good time over here. Adelaide kick us off, though.
Running in support, a bit of a panicked handball. They've put themselves under pressure.
Okay, get that kick out there.
Searching kick.
But yeah, it was mentioned a little bit ago. It would be crazy if video games were real. Like, I'm just trying to imagine, like, the video games that have happened, of like, you'd have all the zombie games in there. You have imagine life where it's like you have like dialogue coming up, and then like you're having a conversation with someone, and then you like have to press a button like with 3 different options on what you're meant to say. That would, in a way, actually, if life was actually a video game, in some ways it would actually be easier, because you'd be given a few options that you're allowed to say. You wouldn't really have to like go through anxieties of like, oh my god, the options would be there for you. So for someone like me, who can have trouble speaking a coherent sentence, I think that part could actually be kind of nice. Have I seen the Mortal Kombat? No. I've never played a Mortal Kombat. I do know the song though. Right. I do know that. I do like that as well. Let's get it going in here. I don't know if I ever will play a Mortal Kombat game, actually. Maybe. Come get rid of that. Kick in there.
Gets his kick despite the heat.
Was Mortal Kombat the game that really started the types of the games where you're fighting from like 2 ends of the screen? Was Mortal Kombat like the first one to come around that was doing that?
Sloppy play, and it could come back to bite. A goal scoring
outside.
They've gone begging there.
Little kick. There you go. So Adelaide are off to a little quick start here. We'll see what Brisbane can do.
Normally delivers.
Hopefully they can do a little bit. It'd be good to see.
Happy to be patient and wait for an opening. Shoal.
Okay, I meant to kick that, but oh wells.
It's amounted to nothing.
And oh no, that actually works. That works. I wasn't sure it would.
Bailey. Can he be the fire starter? Rich has found some space.
Then you reach into turnover
with the intercept mark. Centering ball. Spud Frawley would have loved.
Okay, you want to get the oh no.
On the wing. That's a
keep it going.
Saligo.
Kick into 50. Oh, that's Mr. Fogarty. Handballs. Get rid of it.
Walker.
There you go, Mr. Shoal. Wait, why is Shoal in 50? Oh well.
Attracted a crowd.
Come on, someone. Oh, that's that. Okay, well, he got rid of it. I mean, that's something, I guess. Seedsman.
You can see
there you go. Oh, drops.
In the pocket.
All right then.
For territory. Murray got a fist in.
It's going to be Mr. O'Brien.
A lot of space to work with. Danaher, Cameron, good hands. Hipwood.
Okay, so he doesn't get rid of it. Saying you're not sure, you think Street Fighter, Tekken, and Soul Calibur are up there as well. You don't know which one was first. Yeah, it's funny because like I'm pretty sure there are all types of games where like I would have heard of them, but I never actually played any of them. Like the fighting games where you're fighting each other and stuff. It's just never stuff I really got into.
Smith brings it back in.
But I could see myself one day playing one at some point. I don't think that's impossible, but we'll see. We'll just go through what we got going on. Move it one game at a time, you know? Move it over here. There can be like I know that when I started all of this, there was like a there was a temptation that I found myself in, which was about worrying about like the future games I'd be playing and being like, oh yeah, the thing in the future here and all that, instead of like worrying about the games that I actually like got going on. I did find myself doing that a bit, where I was like trying to rush through things instead of like enjoying what we got here. It's kind of like a nice food, you know? Like there are people who will eat their food, they just want to like get through it. They want to get through that food as quick as they can, and it's like kind of want to be able to just like, yeah, I want to like eat my food quick, but I also want to make sure that I'm enjoying it, you know? Like that's an experience. Eating food's a nice little experience. I guess like if you're someone who like doesn't got taste buds, then like at that point it's like, what's the point of eating the food, you know? You in terms of like savoring every little bite, you just kind of in that situation wanna I guess you would want to just eat quick if you can, just get it over with.
These defenders might be in for a long day if their midfield doesn't start working harder.
The Crows with all the momentum now. McInerney punches it out of the road.
Come on, Brisbane, get something going.
He'll feel that one. Dawson in the centre square. He's stopped in his tracks.
And that's Mr. Fogarty. Into the 50.
They're moving the footy quickly. Walker is the man on the spot and is marked.
I'm trying to think like what sense would be like the thing. I guess like eyesight. I'm just trying to think of like the different senses. So there'd be sight, smell, taste. There'll be feel and hearing. Those would be the 5. I was just trying to think like what would be the most detrimental to lose, and I guess like taste would be probably the easiest one you can just get rid of. If you have to lose one, that'd probably be the one you just like would want to get rid of. I'm trying to think like what would be worse between. I'm trying to rank them right now. I guess smell would be probably. At first, I think number 4 in terms of usefulness, but that's because like the other 3 just seem so valuable. It's probably touch. Like I know, like I'm like thinking like, oh, but it would suck to not be able to see where you're going and anything. But like I feel like you'd want to be able to feel things, you know?
Terrific forward pressure. Keys.
It's currently where my head's at on that as I'm thinking about it for literally the first time. Oh no. That's holding the ball. A little kick here.
Take the patient approach.
Get it going on here. We have 5 minutes left in the first. Over here. Come on.
When you can do that. Fogarty swoops. It's a hot footy.
Little kicks.
What a first term they're having.
Hey.
Cameron displaying great indeed.
Come on.
Couldn't get an effective disposal. Saligo.
Handball that way.
This is promising.
You would rather be deaf than blind.
Are chasing
hang on.
And out of play.
Throwing.
Thought so far, Gaz?
That you can't.
Done badly. They do look outclassed.
You can't just see complete darkness forever. That would drive you insane. Yeah, I do guess it's sort of like have to think about it from a standing of like how are we today with the things we have. Like if it was like, oh, if you had to start life over and you have to not have one of these things. If you've like always been blind, I guess it like isn't the worst thing in that you would be used to it. But yeah, if you like knew what sight was and then you lost it, that would suck.
Knew where the help was. Seedsman.
Wrapped
up.
Get rid of, oh.
Cameron gets there first. Crunching.
Okay, you might want to get rid of that. That's going to be Adelaide.
The Crows
going.
on the ball now. Laird doing the grunt work. Dawson can
like, I guess technically if I wanted to, I could have like a blind stream almost. I just have to like do this and then try and move it around and see what I can do. But like I can see all the colors, but like it's hard for me to really be able to tell anything.
He's got 2 already.
Oh, there we go.
The runner will be out in a minute, looking for some quick ball movement, hoping for a big contested grab.
Oh.
McInerney.
And that way, that's going to be Mr. Brisbane.
Throws it on the boot.
And hey.
Wins it back. Great mark. They're all over them early.
There we go. We have Seedsman. He gets the handball over. I'll get rid of that.
He'll work all day. Ashcroft.
That's not working there.
So well. He's run into trouble.
Handball out there.
And they're away.
Gonna have a throw in then.
Target and it's out of play.
Lots to analyse.
I was trying to like right then, just trying to remember if like when exactly did I have to get glasses, because it's like because it wasn't that case during the primary school. It was after I left, so it would have been like when I was around 13. It would have been when I was 12 or 13, I think.
Didn't need to be asked twice. Poor hand pass.
And pretty much just would have. I think it was because like after leaving school, I would have just spent like lots of like my sleep schedule would have been like me being awake at night time with the screens on. But I don't know if I necessarily always had the light on, so like, and then I would have been up on the screens, so it would have like really put a strain on them.
Barry needs a good decision.
That's pretty much where it would have been for me in terms of like why I had to like wear glasses.
Rayner in space can run and carry. Had more time than he thought.
Would I ever do laser eye surgery? I know that. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Oh, I know that my dad had laser eye surgery. I don't remember how long ago that was. I actually don't remember how long ago that was. Would I get it? I'm not at a point where I feel the need to get it. But I guess it's possible at some point. I just don't know exactly what it would be. It would be weird having to like get reused to not having glasses on, because I'm so used to it now.
I'd be tempted to ask for some.
It's just like, oh, there's my glasses.
I'm inclined to
I'll get rid of that.
Just shoveled it out. Dunkley has brought his own ball. He'll be sore in the morning.
Maybe it would help with like, but it would help in terms of like general activities. If you didn't have, if you didn't have to wear glasses, just because they can be in the way. So, from like a functionality standpoint, it's probably better to not be having glasses.
But the kick is astray.
In most situations, I would imagine.
Away he goes.
But I'm okay with it where I'm at right now. You've been wearing glasses since 3rd grade, yeah. Hey. Kick this way. Mr. Walker.
He shoots at goal. How's the kick?
Oh, he didn't get that one. Okay then.
It's difficult to make a case for.
Mr. Coleman. He bumps it out. We're hoping to be able to get something going. Brisbane, but Adelaide come right back in.
Takes the hand pass.
Through Keys and a mark.
Kicking at his first.
Oh, okay. Let's see what Mr. Phil Thorpe can get. That is... Oh, he almost missed it, but he got it.
So important to get reward for effort. On that occasion,
you have stigmatism in your right eye? I'm not sure. I also don't know what stigmatism is. I've probably heard it, but I don't think I've really looked up what stigmatism is.
McInerney palms it down.
It's not like I spend a lot of time actually listening to what the people say.
They should have been going forward. They'll have to defend. Keys.
Oh, come on.
He's gone. He had plenty of time.
I just like recall whenever it comes to like eye tests, it's like, oh, that's weird. It's like just always hating the little, having like little stuff blow in my eyes. I just remember always hating that.
Really come back to bite.
Smith.
But at least the last few times that I've been there is always like a little fun thing where it's like having a little game where it's like you have to have like a little joystick controller, and then they have like, okay, we're gonna have like little flashing lights pop up, and when you see the light, make sure to hit the button. I always like doing that. That's been fun when I've had those happen.
Cameron, terrific tackle. Rayner dealt with the pressure. Look at the distance on
Get the
that
kick.
hand.
Oh no.
Closed him down. They asked the question, but the umpire will have it.
Okay, we've got a 5-goal game going on right now. Get rid of that.
Game. Bad error there.
Aye.
Smith gets to it first. Attracted a crowd.
Okay, we'll have a ball up.
Tackling technique there.
Oh, that's actually, never mind.
McInerney
All right,
got his
then.
palm to it. Saligo.
Okay, another ball up.
Rinse and repeat. Bailey runs onto it.
I do know that of my eyes that my right one is the strong one, and it's always been that way. Even since I was really little, because like when I was little, I had I know I had to like wear an eye patch. I remember having to wear a patch when I was like 5, 6 years old-ish for like strength of the eye. I remember that happening. Oh, get rid of it.
Ran into a brick wall.
That's a ball up.
And we'll have a ball up.
I'm trying to think because I think I would have had. Did I have like a tick in the eye? I think so. I think that's what was going on.
We've got another.
I don't remember exactly. Like I remember I've like had ticks in the past in general. But no, I have had like an eye tick where like I'd like roll my eyes. That was like a tick I had.
Turns it over in the middle.
You're saying what? You're saying as. You're saying astigmatism, common vision condition, wait, due to improper curvature of the cornea, lens, or the retina, that it results in blurred vision. I don't know if I have that.
That's a bit of a waste.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember exactly what it is I got going on, but I think it was like,
Cameron with an opportunity now.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was gonna say like short vision or something.
He's under close attention. Wilmot.
Okay, come get rid of this.
Hit the scoreboard here. Dawson.
Might want to get. Okay, that kick is not what you wanted.
Keys.
Okay, we go that way. Oh my god, my hand cramps.
They'll bide their time. Shoal. That could come back to bite. Poor footy there.
But yeah, I do remember having like a tick where I'd roll my eyes up to like the right side, and like I would do that, and I always thought like it might have had potential to do with no, that's actually a different thing.
In the forward pocket.
I'm not really sure why I would do it. I think I might have. Oh yeah, I think I might have theorized that from like an accident that happened where I had like like right next to my eye from like a wrestling accident I was doing with a friend, where like that might have potentially had something to do with it in that in like maybe it just like altered things potentially. You hate that your dad's side of the family see 20/20 vision and your mum's side is all glasses and contact. Mr. Hipwood. Well, at least then, that way you know who to blame, right? You know who to look at and be like, that's you. You, mama.
The Lions have opened their account. Bailey, he's besieged. Laird gives the handball away. That's unusual.
Handballs. There we go.
Done. Ashcroft sets up a foot race. And inside 50 goes
to the right.
Kicks to centre wing. Jones!
Handball. There we go, Saligo. Keep it going. Another kick. I just realized Brisbane actually have a goal. I don't even remember how long ago that happened. I think it must have just happened, and I don't remember.
Andrews taking no chances.
Oh well.
Happy to concede behind.
Back out we go.
Coleman goes towards halfback. Keys hunting the footy. Takes an excellent grab.
Never. Okay.
Another goal and they'll believe.
Another goal and they'll believe.
Keeps letting them down.
yes,
Smith,
do.
they're building something dangerous here. Good
Okay,
penetration on the
anyway.
kick. Leaves it behind.
Get rid of that.
Knew the tackle was coming. Danaher. Rayner. Slick hands.
Come get in there.
Uses
Into the
not
50.
preferred. Michael Lanning
Oh, no, Ma.
fumbled it like a
Get rid of it. He does get rid of it. That's with Mr. Smith.
The Crows should be able to clear now. Saligo
You're saying
in the clear.
it can also be
Jones.
by trying other people's glasses, or did you ever try to
Good
wear
kick
anyone
here, that'll be
else's?
business.
I don't have exact memories on
Drives
it,
inside the
but
forward 50. Hamill pushes into space and receives the foot.
I guess I might have like
Are working harder at the present time, and they're reaping the rewards.
I might have like tried on someone's glasses like at
Needs
some
that to
point
come back.
of just for whatever reason, but I don't like have
Those
clear
are the types
memories of
opportunities
that.
you really need to
Come on.
This could be trouble.
Okay then.
Saligo has it on a string.
I just know that like there are times, and it's so weird. It's actually embarrassing to have times where I will be looking for my glasses just to find that I'm already wearing them. But like that can actually happen to me.
And he's got it.
Hey.
the pressure on the forwards when you have midfielders chipping in.
The Crows are really taking it to them today. McInerney slaps it out. Keys, Fogarty, good use of hands.
To the right.
He's
Okay, so it's
playing it
Adelaide
through. Hamill
keeping
puts
it
his
going.
teammate under
They
the
keep their
pump.
momentum.
They've worked it well.
And there's like
This
tip
is
there.
a joy to
Fogarty.
watch.
Relatively straightforward.
You thought you were the only one who did that? Yeah, no. I've never really talked with someone else who like wears glasses to be like, hey, do you also lose your glasses on your own face? Do you forget you're wearing them?
Looking scoreboard could probably be looking even uglier.
Rich with the footy.
Come there. Mr. Brisbane's. Kick it down.
Gives it everything.
Going towards McInerney. He'll get that.
McInerney. Good handball.
Looking for your phone while you're on a phone call. I don't think I've ever done that.
Recognizing the
But,
urgency.
okay.
A promising
Mr.
build-up
Butt.
amounts to nothing. They've got winners all over the park. Smith.
I think that's just because I don't really do phone calls with people, so that's just really what it would be. But it's not a problem I've had to run into myself.
It's a hot footy.
Get rid of this.
Runs onto it.
That way.
He's stopped in his tracks. Rankin.
Okay. Oh.
Should have taken the mark.
Adelaide, get rid of it.
Here's a chance.
It is still gone.
He's suddenly a popular man.
All right then, we got another ball up then.
McInerney got his palm to it. Bailey.
We are almost at halftime. We are hoping that we are hoping Brisbane can get something here. But if not, it's gonna be a long way back if they're gonna have any chance.
McInerney showing his skills.
It's already a struggle going on right now for him.
They want ball, but they're not gonna get it. McInerney gets his hand to it. Saligo,
let's get rid of this. Let's miss
Fully
Fogarty.
Fogarty. The kick was shut down. Cameron.
Come on, Brisbane. What can you get?
Wilmot. Rayner.
You just get that kick. See what you got.
Blasts away.
Okay, that's Dawson.
Picks off the pass.
Let's see. To the right.
Just waiting for the right moment
Mr.
to press
Jones.
go. Jones.
Okay, there you go. It's with Hamill. He wants to get the kick down
Kicks
still.
to half forward.
It goes over with Rankin.
Looking for two in a row. Rich probably should have marked it. The aerialist will battle for this ball.
I don't know what you're talking about in terms of...
Saligo. That hand pass was telegraphed.
Wait, hang on. I'll get to that when we start the second half.
Ashcroft.
Just bring it down here. See what we can finish off with.
It must be his birthday.
Little kick.
They'll go the long way.
Mr. Jones.
He's so
Handball's
good
back.
and close. Dawson.
Who can you get that
Can
to?
they find a
That's with
late
Saligo.
goal? Saligo goes very wide.
Gary, what have you noticed down
Okay,
level?
we'll have a throw in.
The clearance count comfortably. If that continues, then this margin will only grow.
Punch clear. Saligo.
Adelaide.
A
Oh,
ball of
Brisbane, go.
consistency.
Never mind.
He'll be sore in the morning.
Go in. Can they get the mark? For one more score. They can't get one more score. Okay then. B. McKenna. He kicks it out. And it's going to be halftime. We will take a moment. And then we will be back. Adelaide having a dominant lead so far. They got 42-9. It is currently 23 points. We will be back with the second half.
The line.
Okay, we are back in the second half. We're trying to see if Brisbane, they can still win this. It's only 23 points. Oh wait, no, it's 33 points. My bad. I had that wrong. Of course. But they can still come back. It's not too big of a margin, but definitely not going to be easy for them. You were mentioning that you've seen people playing a new game only up, and I've never heard of that actually. You're saying you have to climb up all the way out of space without falling before you have to start all over again. Is that like a multiplayer game potentially? Because that doesn't sound like that definitely doesn't sound like a story mode game.
That's not ideal. McInerney intercepts on centre wing.
Handball over that way.
McCluggage.
Get rid of it. Oh, get rid of it.
It's a tough game. They might be a little unlucky not to be rewarded. It was a fine tackle.
Reach for the skies. Reach for the skies.
Bailey.
Can you like customize characters in that? Oh, get rid of that.
Cameron.
Gonna have that. That's Mr. Adelaide.
Runs onto it.
Keep it going.
Smith.
Handballs. Oh, that's turnover.
McCarthy popped up out
Coffee.
of nowhere.
Mr. Rain. Okay. What can you get going there?
Impose himself on
They got
match.
numbers, I think.
Time for
Oh, it's
the
over.
to go
Oh, that might be
No
deliberate.
easy exit.
That's a big call.
You know, that's actually
a big
fair.
penalty because
I'm
it
actually
will
going to
cost
give
them a
Brisbane
goal.
this one. I actually think that's fair.
Should not miss.
I actually think that's a fair deliberate.
Bangs it through.
They've got to find a way to get him into the game. We know how damaging he can be.
But yeah, I've never heard of only up. It only makes all it makes me think of is like like when I hear, oh, you have this game, you have to like climb up, and that's the aim of the game. It just makes me think of Mount Your Friends, like the game Mount Your Friends. I never, did I ever play that game? Oh, well, it would have been a computer game. I actually think I might have here and there, a little bit, but not very much. I do remember watching other people play that game though. Get rid of this one to the left. God, how long ago was that? That was at least 10 years ago.
Not good off the boot.
It is crazy as I think about that, as I have that run through my head, to think about things from like that I would have watched. Oh yeah, this thing, it wasn't that long ago to think of something, because it's crazy to think that 10 years was 2013, because to me I'm like, oh, that's not that long, right? Yeah, I was over there because I saw recently that Smosh got back together, right? I don't know if you know Smosh, but Smosh got back together, and wait,
he must have heard footsteps. Not sure who the target was.
I'm trying to see what you're saying. There's a thing that people have.
Can they catch them out on the turnover?
Do I know that thick water is a thing? It's for people that have medical conditions. I've never heard of that.
He's caught.
I've never heard about people not being able to drink regular water. Why is that?
McInerney gets his hand.
Is it like an allergy thing?
Shoal charges onto it. Laird.
Come get rid of this.
He'll feel that one. He might
no, but
better.
As you like mentioned that stuff, but yeah, I'll just go with what I was mentioning. It's crazy to me thinking, because it's like there was a Smosh reuniting, so YouTube people getting back together, and then like I was watching I've watched some of like their old stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, like not necessarily that I remember it all, but it's like, holy crap, this stuff is from over 10 years ago. And then you realize, oh, that's a really long time. Well, it's not like a really long time in the history of the world, but to be like, oh, that's so much longer than I remember, man. Oh, goddamn.
The umpire says he had no prior. The two big men do battle. Dunkley. He's perceived.
Like to realize that the kids and the teenagers of today who would be watching what they're watching, which, okay, nowadays they'd be on TikTok, right? They'd be on TikTok. But some of them would be on YouTube looking at stuff. And whatever they're watching, they would, it's weird to be like, the things that I view as like, oh, that's my childhood stuff and everything. The freaking kids today, these kids today, will be like, oh yeah, the classics. What the fuck you mean the classics? Like that's what their mindset's gonna be, man. I'm just like, okay. I'm old. Good to know.
In the clear and marks uncontested.
Mr. McCarthy.
So far, but this would be a great way to get on the score sheet.
Okay then, that's
a miss kick.
That's gonna be offline there. Oh, but they get a point.
He should have marked it.
Saying they always ruin it each generation. It's funny to think about that of like, you have one generation, they complain about the next one. And then the young generation's like, oh, these old people and whatever, they don't know stuff. It always goes like this. The old people say the young people don't know what they're doing. The young people always say the old people don't know what they're doing. And then they switch, and then the positions go up and up, and it's just a cycle that keeps going on. We're always going to blame each other for everything. You know? Coming over there. And we're probably all right. I think all of us are probably correct and wrong at the same time. By blaming all the other people. It's the old people's fault the young people don't get stuff. It's the young people's fault that stuff and whatever. It's like, yep, probably all true. Okay.
Wilmot feeling the heat. The umpire whistles for a ball up. Rucks go at it. Seedsman. It's a hot footy. That was almost handed to him. Ashcroft. He's run into trouble.
Come get rid of this. There you go. And now you want to go over here. But that did suddenly just like talking about the young and the old in terms of like, oh, generation after generation. It did make me suddenly want to start talking about like what happens in like at least even my mind in terms of how I view the world and how the world gets viewed by people just based on like what we have going on in our lives in like what in terms of like when you're younger and maybe you don't have like responsibilities things, you don't have other things, like you don't have to pay for things so much, like your life's kind of like they're sorted out for you in terms of what's easier for you to think people should be doing, how the world should be run. But then when you're put in the position where like you got to get that job, and then it's like suddenly your worldview starts changing, you know? Like I feel like that probably just kind of happens to most people, you know? And all that changed was just
Bailey crunching tackle. Laird, he's under close attention. Could that have been holding the ball? Some thought it was, but not the person who matters. Good run work. He's suddenly a popular man. Keys running in support. You can see their confidence growing.
There we go.
Gets to the front spot.
Going at his second.
Okay, let's see what he can get going here. This, honestly, if he gets this, it might be the end. Oh, did he get it? Hey.
He hasn't had a big impact, but he's still found a way to kick a couple.
The Crows look in the mood to dish out a real hiding here. McInerney.
Okay, we come over this way.
Neil in the right spot.
You remember when you were younger, your older brothers said SpongeBob had gotten weird, and now you're saying that to your younger nephew? Yeah. Like they kind of fit it in with what they think. Like, yeah, man, that evolution, you know? Like we think, like usually, is there, how many people like look at things and say, oh, this newer generation stuff, and as like, how many situations are there in maybe like even within entertainment, whether it's music or TV shows, and we'd be like, oh, you know what, actually, this new generation, their stuff is actually so much better. Yeah, the new generation stuff is so much better. You know, I feel like we always look to our stuff, or even we might be like, oh, you know what, this, like, I don't know how often, or maybe we even look at older stuff and say, wow, that older stuff was actually really good, maybe. But yeah, I don't know how often we go looking around and saying, these songs of today, these movies of today, it's so much better, you see.
Was he held without it?
He had prior opportunity.
Oh, SpongeBob, though. I'd actually like to play the SpongeBob games. if they go on sale, which at some point they will on PlayStation Plus, on PlayStation Store. I mean, at some point they'll be on sale. I'd actually enjoy to play those, but I haven't seen SpongeBob in quite a while. Oh, come get rid of that one. There we go. You think it's because we grow attached to the old times and memories? Yeah, like in terms of how we see things, like that maybe it's not even necessarily that it is. You know what I'm saying when I say like maybe it's like it's not necessarily a things are so much better or worse, but maybe it's just that it's just the when we were watching it, we had life in a certain way, so like we kind of enjoyed it as a kid, but as we see different things on the world, as we evolve, our view on an entertainment like that can maybe just like our willingness to look at it, like our perspective just becomes different. So then we look at it and say, this isn't good. Yeah.
They're playing with purpose and poise.
But I don't know, I think if you showed me like, I guess that would happen maybe with like people who watch Pokemon, who actually watch the Pokemon show. Because like I know I've seen the early stuff of Pokemon, but I don't know how I would feel about having to watch like the newer things. Get rid of that one. Okay, so this game's at 50 points. We're not having a close one here. That's unfortunate. Oh, never mind. But hopefully Brisbane can do a bit of something in the last. It'd be good to see.
And this has been a real turn-up. I don't think anyone tipped it. Time to check in with Gary.
The Lions are really struggling to score so far, and the simple reason is that they're not winning enough ball.
Okay, Brisbane, get rid of that. Where are we at? Okay.
With the ball that they are getting, but it isn't sustainable.
Get the handball out of there.
Try something different.
There we go. Fogarty.
They throw someone different into the middle. They've got to do something.
And
thank you, Gaz.
Get rid of that. There you go. Oh, never mind. Come on.
Intercepts the hand pass. Dunkley, Gardner. It's a tough game.
And that's going to be a ball up there.
Still cracking in hard, deep into this match. McAdoon wins the hit out. He's not
Adelaide handball.
Backward step.
Oh no.
He's set upon.
Mr. Walker.
Williams would have been proud of
okay,
that
oh god
Rankin,
though.
Fighting tooth and nail not to give up a goal. The Crows look like scoring.
It's weird as I'm literally having it in my head because like when we have like new technologies today, because it's like our kids, so like when we're kids and maybe as young adults, like our ability to transition into a new technology, it's easy for us because like we haven't like seen anything else, you know. But like you think of like just the phones, because like the older people would have had the most trouble, most likely, just because it would be like a completely new type of thing to them, and they would have like had a world that was built in a certain way. So it's like their ability. So it's like, oh, these old people, they don't know what they're doing.
It's a dominant display.
But the thing is, I don't think it actually takes that long for us to become those old people who don't know what we're doing. I don't think it's going to take that long. It's like, I have sort of already realized I'm in that mold where I'm going to be that person, where I can already be that person, where it's, if I'm here when I'm 50 years old, I'm going to be looking at the world and be like, I don't know what the hell to do with all this stuff. Like, they're going to be new stuff coming out, just the evolution of stuff, and I'll be like, I am that old person who doesn't know how to use this new thing that people are using. And I don't know that we, when we're younger, realize that we're going to be those people who don't know what they're doing.
He's got 2 goals, 3 now.
When you were younger, you were trying so hard to rush and be an adult. You never took the advice from people that said enjoy your childhood, and now you wish you were a kid again. Yeah, I don't know if that's like a normal. I think that might be a normal thing where kids are like, I just want to be an adult. Where I was so not in that mold. I was in no rush. I was more than happy to be a kid. And I still am. I'm still not in much of a rush to go adulting around. Go around there. There you go.
Even the best defenders find it difficult.
I was so happy to be like, I will be a kid. I will be in my room and play my video games. Thank you very much. I was so happy to do that. Mr. O'Brien.
Throws it on the boot. A promising build.
There we go. We got Wilmot. Handball it out there.
Quality hand pass. Coleman. Not a lot of positives today.
Get rid of it. Oh, okay.
Coming. He's wrapped up. The umpire says he made an attempt to get it out.
But it probably does make sense, even if it's like very awkward, that if we're like looking at ourselves and saying, I intend to be around for a long time, you be looking around at like what the kids are enjoying, because they will be the next generation, and what the kids are like used to doing. There's a good chance it's like they're gonna to sort of like try and stay flexible. Like I know that like we can look at people who are older and say, oh, look at these people who are like trying to stay young, you know, they're trying to stay relevant and stuff. But at the same time, it's like if someone's in tune with what's going on, like they probably got a better survival rate, you know, because the world's going to keep evolving on us. And like, it's like it's kind of I kind of think of it like this: is that we as humans, we take time to sleep, you know, like we sleep, but the world doesn't sleep. The world keeps moving. Doesn't matter what we're doing, the world's going to keep moving on, with or without us, and it's just up to us whether or not if we want to keep moving with it and trying to stay flexible with it. You hated being told things I always wanted to be. You hated being told things you always wanted to be a big boy, and I guess you wanted to do everything on your own. Yeah, that independent. I want to be independent. That's fast. Come get me this way. I guess I can feel that. I can relate to that a little bit, but not really. But only like a little bit. Most of it, I'm like, look, if I got something I don't want to do, I'm happy to not do it. I'm happy to have someone else do stuff for me if I don't want to do it. Get rid of that. But it's as I think about that, I know that like a lot of people, I think, do look at things and say, oh, I want to be independent. Like they don't want to be reliant on like their family members for stuff. But it's interesting because knowing that we as humans, in terms of the way that we interact, is very social, is that we really are dependent no matter what we're doing, you know? It's like if someone wants to go get a job, you're dependent on the people hiring liking you, you know? That's just an example. Where it's like, as much as like we as people might want to be like, oh, I want to be independent, it's not really going to get you anywhere, I don't think. I don't know that's really going to get me or other people being like, because I know myself, I can be like, oh, I want to do the things I want to do, but it's like, where's that really going to get me? How much is that going to get me? There's only so far you're going to get just living life based on what you yourself want to do. Come there, Mr. Fogarty.
His field kicking is normally first rate.
Hey, Mr. Rankin.
The Crows looking on.
See what you got. Oh, okay. Handballs.
Snares the loose ball.
Get rid of that. The little kick over here. Hey, Mr. Saligo. Okay. So unfortunately, Brisbane haven't been able to get very much in this game. We'll just see if Adelaide can get to 100. No, he's missed that one.
Away he goes. Coleman goes towards halfback. He had one job.
Back in we come.
They're hungry
and oh,
Rankin was committed.
Okay, we go this way.
That could be a goal.
I was actually, this is like unrelated. I was thinking about something before I started streaming, and I remember I didn't mention it when I was playing the first game. And I feel like it could be fascinating, which it's actually literally talking to yourself, which I know it's just like, yeah, people talk to themselves all the time, but I don't mean like, oh, I'm just talking to myself, blah blah blah, all this stuff. Kind of mean like being willing to like look at myself or look at ourselves as something separate. So it's like, I'm just going to talk for myself. It's like, I kind of came with the idea of like, what if I talk to myself as if I am a separate entity from myself?
They might not be so lucky.
Like I was split in
He's
two.
off.
And I just thought it would be interesting if I was doing stuff like that. Where it's like, what if I talk to myself and be like, I'm going to give myself compliments, I'm going to apologize to myself on things if I feel apologetic, maybe like write something out and then I have to read it. Like I have to write to myself like I'm someone else. Like I'm, you know what I mean there? And it was just like, it was interesting. It was like the imagination in my head of like if I'm talking to myself rather than imagining I'm just talking just in general just out.
Forced to go long down the line.
At least like the little bit that I did of that, it did cause a reaction in me that was interesting that I will have to sort of think more about. But I thought that could be,
Good work rate.
I don't know, it was on my mind a bit.
Feeds it out.
Get rid of
Clever
there.
handball. Wilmot.
Mr. Crypto. He doesn't get that.
They've got it one, but still they go. Keys on centre wing.
I thought it was an interesting exercise, like mental, emotional exercise to do. Get rid of this. Handball.
Good tackle. There's an argument for a free kick there.
Okay. Like the thinking that I was having with it was like, okay, so it's like, if I, like self-motivation, no. It's not like self-motivation to be like, oh my god, you're so amazing. It's like, no, it's like actually talking to you. It's like actually talking to yourself like you're, like you would talk to another person, but you're saying that to you, and then it's like, what was I thinking with it? It's definitely, it's not a self-motivation. I don't think so. It's just, like I was thinking if I was like talking to myself and then having to read it back, part of it was like, oh, is this like what other people are seeing if like I am talking to someone, like if you were to say, Cam, should you wear that today? No, that's not what I mean whatsoever, really. That's not really what I was thinking.
Got to start making these opportunities count.
I guess the example that I was thinking of is like, say I have a situation where I feel like I want to apologize to someone. Like when we go to apologize to people, we're not actually, like I don't think we're really apologizing to those people as much as we're apologizing for ourselves. So I was kind of thinking, well, what if instead of like trying to reach out to a person to apologize to them, what if I wrote something out and I was apologizing to myself? Because I don't know, ultimately, I can't know for certain how another person feels about something, feels about a situation. But I do know that I don't feel good. So what if I apologize to myself? For whatever reason it is that I'm apologizing, like go deep in that. And then it's like I didn't really go into it. It was very brief. But it did sort of hit in terms of, you kind of get what I mean? Okay. Yeah. But this game we have here hasn't really gone much of anywhere, unfortunately. But Adelaide will get the win here.
The Lions have no answers.
Okay, we get the Adelaide there. And handballs. Mr. Keys. He got, yeah, final shot.
That's hard to stop.
It's all just a bit easy at the moment. They're getting the ball.
And this will be the final shot of the game. Darcy Fogarty, he has one goal up to this point. We'll see if he can get his second. Nope.
And that is an opportunity.
He doesn't get it. He's missed.
I think he's at the point
oh well.
To pass it off next time he gets in range.
The Crows came away.
Adelaide will get this win. We'll see the little goals here. You see, there's 4 different players for Adelaide who had 2 goals apiece. It was Benny Keys leading the way. Had Scholl with 40 as well. Okay, we can see the marks. Adelaide players topping the marks. No surprise there. So, with Adelaide getting this win, unfortunately it wasn't close. We had a few people with 2 goals apiece. You had Benny Keys with 41, Lachlan Scholl with 40, and Adelaide getting on top of Brisbane Lions, 86-17. That ends up as a 69-point victory.